good morning. It's Friday. It's only about 20 after 6. It's dark out yet. As you can see, we have the race car on the trailer and we're getting ready to head to the track. You know what that means? It means it's another episode of Dumb Shit Rob Does with Race Cars. We're gonna hop up in the truck here, get on down the road, and we'll be back after a bit to tell you what kind of dumb shit we're doing today. See you in a bit. Alright, we're back. So we got a few miles under our belt. Not a bunch, but I don't know, 14, 15 maybe. And we've got some daylight so you can see a little bit. So here's what idiotic thing we're doing today. So we're going racing. Yeah, you knew that already. But we're going to a big money race, which, you know, you think about it. It's Friday. It's early in the morning. What else would I be doing? And that's pretty stupid because we have a car behind us that in the last 55 weeks has made 3 passes. Yeah, this is smart. We get one time run. Entry fee's $150. So $150 we get one time run. We'll run first round. If by some miracle we actually win that round, we'll get 3 passes for $150. Yeah, it's smart. But, so, we have a carburetor on the car that has never been on this motor. So that's genius. But, here's the thing. We haven't been racing all year. A couple of my buddies from Virginia are going to be here. Granted, we probably won't get to be able to park to them because I think they got down here last night. And this track tends to pack people in. The last fairly big money race they had, people were parked outside the gate. There were so many cars there. So we're just hoping to be able to park inside the gate. But we brought a little bicycle along so we can ride over and hang out with them guys. I haven't seen them since September of 2022 when we pitted next to them at the Fall Flynn. So I kind of want to hang out with them for a little bit. I'll get to make a couple passes. I get to hang out with some buddies. It's supposed to be a nice day. I'll get to see a bunch of cool cars. It'll be alright. It's not the smartest thing in the world, but, you know. So I reckon I ought to tell you that we're on the way to Galot for the Looserocker Doorslammer Nationals. I guess I didn't tell you that part. Pays $10,000 to win today. Pays $20 to win tomorrow and $20 on Sunday, but we're not going to those because this is already dumb enough and we don't need to compound the stupidity by entering multiple days. But we're going down today. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. As long as the rods stay in the motor, we'll have a good time. Well, we made it. There's a good amount of cars here. We got to get this thing unloaded. We actually got a halfway decent parking spot. And I know I'm stupid and all, but sometimes my stupidity even surprises me. Yeah, that's right. 2 entries for today. We took a car we have no idea what it's going to do and double entered. Dumb shit Rob does with race cars. Hey. and then the car ran like crap. 1300 EGT, that's too much. So I just fattened it up a bunch. Then the front needle and seat was leaking a little, so I had to find a gasket for that. All right, I guess we'll put some fuel in it and go out and make another pass. See how short this day's going to be. Terrible. Went from a 643 to a 651. No popping and banging, but good Lord. I don't know. I guess maybe we'll just run it. We'll dial at that and see if it's at least consistent. All right, they just called us for first round for my first entry. So I reckon we're going to go on up here. We'll dial it. Probably what we ran, and hope we're right.
Missed it, 617. Could be 17 foul under. Left side out 613, right side out 651. Separated. Win light left side. 44, take 26. 36 over. Right side 45.
So we have officially concluded that there was nothing wrong with that quick fuel carburetor. There is something wrong with this race car. Whether it's transmission or converter, I don't know, but we just went 659 on a 51, wide open. It's not popping and banging. EGT's still high, but damn thing's slowing down like 900ths at a time. I don't get it. But we'll make our second entry. We'll make our second entry first round pass here in a little bit. We'll load up, go home, and we'll just pull it all apart at some point. Not right away, because I just don't have the interest in it. It's fucked up, and I'm tired of dealing with it already. Second time out. Huh. Well, they haven't called us yet, but everybody's just kind of going whenever they want. Me personally, I just want to get this shit over with. I'm going to dial it up a couple of numbers from what it just ran. Hope it doesn't slow down 8. It won't matter. I'll come back, I'll put it on the trailer, I'll go get a cheeseburger, and then I'll hang out with my buddies for a while with this really nice day.
Into the pits, into the pits. Greg Brown needs you to your car. Greg Brown needs you to your car. Greg Brown needs you to your car. Left side out at 659, right side Kevin Glenn about 533. 10,000, separate them in line. Give to Glenn. Missed it.
Well, that brings a close to our 2023 race season. Yeah, this thing's got problems. The driver ain't much better, but that light was shit. But man, this thing is just, it runs like crap. I don't know what's wrong, but we can't race it like this. So we're gonna tie this thing down, unload the bicycle, go get a cheeseburger, watch our buddies race. At least the rods are still in it. Well, good morning. It's Saturday. Went racing yesterday. As you saw, that debacle. I guess it's a pleasant word for shit didn't go well. As you were aware, I originally had thought last weekend that the carburetor may have been responsible for the car running like crap, not being consistent. So after some thinking on it, I do that a little once in a while, usually not real well. But after I thought about it a while and talked with my buddies from Virginia, which let's back up a little. So we went yesterday, had no business going. I mean, we had no business being there. And then at the last minute, while I'm standing there to register at the ticket booth, she, asked what I was doing, and I said, double entering today. It kind of surprised me that those words came out of my mouth. But in the end, I spent a lot of money to double enter a race that I had no business being in. But I may have learned something. I think we did learn something. So I was talking with my buddies from Virginia that, were part of the reason I was there was to be able to hang out with them, because I hadn't seen them since Bristol, the Bristol Fall Fling in 2022. So it'd been a year. And I like hanging out with them guys. They're your, typical racers. They're good dudes. They're a lot of fun to be around. So we double entered. The car ran like crap. I changed the jetting in it, fattened it up a little bit. The motor sounded fine after that. I mean, it sounded good. I mean, the motor sounds good, but it just slowed down a bunch every pass. So after I lost, and I ate my double cheeseburger and french fries, which, by the way, let's just get this out of the way. Double cheeseburger at Galot, top notch, 5 stars, maybe 4.5. The only one I've had better at a racetrack was at Farmington. Farmington's got the best cheeseburger. Maybe if I'd have got some stuff on the one at Galot, it'd have been a little better, but I hadn't ordered from him before, and I told him I wanted a double cheeseburger, and he rang it up, and I said, what's that come with? And he goes, well, you didn't tell me what you wanted on it, so it's going to come plain. All right, fine. So I grabbed a packet of mayonnaise I was going to put on it, and it had so much cheese on it that was melted all over it that the buns wouldn't even come apart. I thought, all right, cool. So it was not dried out. It was good and moist. Moist. There's that word everybody seems to hate. I don't understand why. But it was a good cheeseburger. And the fries were good. They were hot. They came right out of the fryer. You know, will do again. Good deal. So, all right. Where were we before we talked about food? That's right. We talked with our buddies from Virginia. So I got to talking with the one fella. He's been racing maybe longer than I have. I think actually he has been racing longer than I have. And he's better at it than I am. Has been better and is still way better. Even when I was at my best, I think his best was better than my best. So he's got a lot of experience. Got a lot of experience going really fast and going slow and winning in always. But anyway, so we were talking about it and got to discussing, and actually think the issue that I experienced this week and the issue I experienced last week with a different carburetor, so 2 different carburetors, and it did exactly the same thing, that more than likely there is something either in the transmission or the converter that has gone away. And it happened all the way back last year, when it slowed down in the 6th round. It slowed down 5/100ths. The main bearing that I pulled out of it when it lost oil pressure, and main bearing got a little banged up. I've pulled main bearings out that looked a lot worse than that, and the motor still ran exactly the same. And he said the same thing. So we don't think the bearing was what slowed it down. Whatever's going on now is what slowed the car down. And that was the first pass where whatever it was, it let go. It's either... That crow got him something to eat. The transmission's been in the car for 5 years, 6 years maybe. But I'm not making a lot of power, so it shouldn't hurt it. I mean, it's all good shit. It's a reed case and 180 straight cuts, and the transmission fluid smells okay. It doesn't smell burnt. So unless something in the converter has gone away, it's about got to be one of those two. It starts fine. It sounds good. It doesn't have any light cylinders. The valve lash was all good, which I checked last week when I was trying to figure out why it was running so bad. The plugs looked okay. I mean, nothing in the motor says there's a problem here. This still has 75 pounds of oil pressure at idle. I mean, everything in the motor says we're okay. Doesn't smoke. There's no blow by. I mean, but something made the thing slow down from 617 a year ago in October to 665. It was going 65, and I ripped it and let the man go, as you saw. So the thing slowed down half a second in the 8th. And a motor's got to be pretty hurt, I would think, to slow down half a second. So it's got to be something in the drivetrain. I mean, it's got to be something in the transmission or converter. So at some point this year, well, not this year. So my next course of action, I guess, is going to be to pull the transmission out, send the transmission, get the transmission freshened up, and either send the converter off and have it gone through, or have another converter built for the car. So do we send this one off, which wasn't ever built for this car, or do we buy one? I guess we'll have to cross that river when we get to it. First thing to do will be to send the transmission and have it gone through and see if there's anything wrong in it, which I'm going to bet there's not. I mean, it's a Power Glide. I'm only making 650 horsepower, probably. So it's not making a lot of power. It shouldn't hurt it. But we'll have it gone through, then decide what we're going to do with the converter. But that's probably going to be a couple of months before we get to that point, because, I mean, it'll probably be a couple of months before we think about looking at it. I got a broken foot brake car over there I got to get fixed. I got a 70 Mustang sitting over there, street car. I want to drive it. It really needs to be it probably needs to be ahead of the list of this thing, because at least I could drive it every day if I wanted. You can't drive this every day. This is just going to make life miserable. That's what race cars do. That was a lot of talking. Hopefully y'all stuck around and listened to it. We'll keep trying to pump some content out. I think I've gotten a little better with that. I haven't really picked up any subscribers, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So we'll keep trying to post some stuff out, keep it kind of short so that it's not excessively boring. And thanks for watching, and we'll talk at you later. See ya.